Have you ever wondered how one of the most powerful empires in history, ancient Rome, came to be? Our story begins in 753 BC, with a tale steeped in myth and legend. The city of Rome was said to be founded by its first king, a man named Romulus. His story is a fascinating one, filled with intrigue, fraternal rivalry, and ultimately, the establishment of a city that would grow to become a global power. The site Romulus chose for his city was along the banks of the Tiber River in the heart of Italy. It was a strategic location, perfect for trade and defense. Over the next few centuries, Rome grew from a small settlement into a bustling, powerful city. Its growth was not without challenges, of course. There were wars, political upheavals, and power struggles. But through it all, Rome continued to expand, driven by the ambition and resilience of its people. By 275 AD, Rome had become an empire that stretched far beyond its original borders. Its influence covered all the lands around the Mediterranean Sea, from the sun-drenched shores of Spain in the west to the ancient lands of Egypt in the east. Rome's power was felt. Its legions, its laws, and its culture permeated these lands, leaving an indelible mark on history. But Rome was not just a military and political power. It was a city of magnificent architecture, of bustling markets and grand temples. It was a city of ideas, where philosophers, poets, and politicians debated the issues of the day. It was a city of contrasts, where the rich and the poor lived side by side, where peace and violence coexisted in a delicate balance. And so, from a humble beginning as a small settlement on the banks of the Tiber River, Rome had embarked on a journey that would see it rise to become one of the most iconic world powers. Its story is a testament to the power of ambition, resilience, and the indomitable spirit of humanity. From a small settlement on the banks of the Tiber River, Rome had begun its journey to becoming an iconic world power. But how did Rome evolve from a monarchy into a republic that still influences modern politics? Picture this. The year is 509 BC. Rome has just experienced a revolution, the monarchy has been overthrown, and a new era has dawned. An era that would not only shape Rome, but also leave an indelible mark on the world. This was the birth of the Roman Republic. In the Roman Republic, the concept of rex or king was replaced with two consuls elected annually by the citizens of Rome. These consuls shared power and had a check on each other to prevent any one person from becoming too powerful. This was the beginning of a system of checks and balances that is still in use in many democracies today. But the consuls weren't the only ones in power. The Senate, composed of Rome's most distinguished men, played a significant role. The Senate was a political institution that was not just advisory, but also held legislative powers. They decided on matters of foreign policy, controlled public finances, and had the power to appoint dictators in times of crisis. Senators were chosen for life, and their decisions shaped the Roman Republic's trajectory. This new system allowed for a more balanced distribution of power, where the voice of the many was considered not just the voice of one. It was a radical shift from the absolute power of a monarchy to a system where power was shared and decisions were made collectively. The Roman Republic was not perfect, and it had its share of struggles. But it was a system that allowed for a more democratic rule, where the people had a voice. It was a system that valued the opinion of the many over the whims of the one. The Roman Republic was a political experiment that had lasting impacts. Its principles of shared power, checks and balances, and representation laid the foundation for many modern democracies. The Roman Republic, a system where not one but many had a say, laid the groundwork for many modern democracies. But what happens when the power of the Republic falls into the hands of one? The Roman Republic, a bastion of shared power and democratic ideals, began to crumble under the weight of its own success. Enter Julius Caesar. A military genius, Caesar was instrumental in the transition from a republic to an empire. He seized power, bypassing the traditional rules of the republic, and declared himself Dictator Perpetuo, dictator in perpetuity. His reign, though short, was marked by significant reforms and a centralization of power that would set the stage for the empire. But it was not Caesar who would be the first emperor of Rome. That title goes to his adopted heir, Augustus. Augustus, originally named Octavian, defeated Mark Antony and Cleopatra in the Battle of Actium, and became the undisputed ruler of Rome. His reign marked the beginning of the Pax Romana, a 200-year period of relative peace and stability. Under Augustus, the Roman Empire flourished. He initiated an era of unprecedented peace and prosperity, overseeing major infrastructural projects and creating a standing army. Following Augustus, a series of emperors, some benevolent, others tyrannical, would rule the empire. There was Trajan, remembered for his public building programs and military campaigns, Hadrian, who built Hadrian's Wall in Britain, and Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, whose writings still inspire today. The emperors weren't just rulers, they were gods in the eyes of the people, and their influence can still be seen today. From the languages we speak, to the laws we follow, to the architecture we marvel at, the impact of the Roman Empire is profound and enduring. The Roman Empire, marked by its powerful emperors, was a time of unparalleled growth and prosperity. But as we'll see in our next segment, even the mightiest empires can fall. Stay tuned as we delve into the demise of this great civilization. But how did such a powerful empire come to an end? This question has perplexed historians for centuries, and while there is no single answer, a complex web of factors led to the fall of Rome. Firstly, let's discuss the economic troubles. Rome's economy was in a state of volatility. Inflation was rampant, the middle class was disappearing, and the gap between the rich and poor was widening. The empire was bleeding money, and as the saying goes, money is the lifeblood of any civilization. Next, we can't ignore the over-reliance on slave labor. Rome's economy was heavily dependent on slaves for agriculture, mining, and other manual labor. This dependence stifled technological innovation and led to a lack of skilled labor when the supply of slaves dwindled. Then there's the issue of overexpansion and military overspending. Rome had spread itself too thin. It was an empire so vast it was virtually impossible to control or protect. The cost of maintaining the military needed to defend its sprawling borders was astronomical, resulting in further economic strain. Political corruption was another significant factor. The government was riddled with bribery, infighting, and a lack of strong leadership. The political instability led to frequent changes in leadership, with emperors often meeting violent ends. Lastly, the rise of the Eastern Empire played a pivotal role. As the Western Roman Empire weakened, the Eastern Empire, with its capital in Byzantium, now Istanbul, thrived. The East became a beacon of wealth and culture, attracting the empire's resources and attention. The fall of Rome wasn't a single event but a gradual decline over centuries. It was a complex intertwining of economic, social, military, and political factors that led to the collapse of one of the most powerful civilizations in human history. Rome may have fallen, but its impact on our world has never faded. From our legal systems to our architectural styles, the echoes of Rome still resonate in our modern world. Even in its fall, Rome teaches us valuable lessons about the rise and fall of civilizations, lessons that continue to shape our understanding of history. So what does the legacy of ancient Rome mean for us today? In the present day, the influence of Rome is still profoundly felt. This ancient civilization, with its grand emperors and gladiators, has left a lasting impact on various aspects of our lives. Let's take a moment to appreciate the echoes of Rome that reverberate through the corridors of time. In the realm of politics, the concept of a republic, a government in which power resides in elected individuals, was first introduced by the Romans. Our modern democratic systems owe their existence to this Roman innovation. In architecture, the Roman influence is undeniable. The use of arches, domes, and concrete in construction, all Roman innovations, remain fundamental to building design today. From the grandeur of the Pantheon to the simplicity of the Roman villa, we continue to draw inspiration from Roman architectural brilliance. The Latin language, the tongue of the Romans, is the root of the Romance languages and has influenced English significantly. Words like video, audio, and alibi all have Latin roots. Rome's legal system, with its emphasis on justice and equality, has also left a lasting legacy. Concepts such as innocent until proven guilty stem from Roman law, and are now cornerstones of legal systems worldwide. Even in the realm of entertainment, gladiatorial contests could be viewed as precursors to today's competitive sports and reality shows. From our systems of government to the buildings we live in, the echoes of Rome are all around us. From its humble beginnings to its dramatic end, the story of ancient Rome is a captivating journey through history. We've traced the rise of the Eternal City from its mythical founding, navigated the tumultuous waters of the Republic, stood in awe of the empire's grandeur, and witnessed its eventual downfall. Yet, the legacy of Rome endures, echoing in our modern world. If you've enjoyed this journey through the annals of Rome, Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fascinating insights into history.